Hello! Welcome to your species learning time with Lonsdale and Shuttler in the zoo.
Woo.
Today, we are going to be covering the Ochre Star. The Ochre Star is one of the many common sea stars that you'll find in Puget Sound, and there are several that I'm going to be pointing out over the series of these videos, so we're going to focus today on the Ochre Star. The Ochre Star is Pisaster ochraceus, is its scientific name. And the way to tell is you look at the actual shape of the sea star and the colors-ish. So rule number one about critters in Puget Sound, color is not a good indicator of species, it's just a more likely to be than not. So let's take a look and zoom in on our ochre stars down here. So this is an ochre sea star. And you can tell it's an ochre sea star in several ways. The first one is it has this light covering on it right here. And those things here, it's kind of a softish to the touch. They will disappear as you are like petting it a little bit. And so you'll start to see these white bumps underneath. These white bumps on an ochre star, like this one, can be more pronounced. This one is a little bit more pronounced. This one's a little bit more pronounced. Those white bumps tend to indicate what it is. But the easiest way to tell is to look at the shape of the leg and the size of this central disc. So for an ochre star, the leg shape is in the shape of a V. It starts out large at the central disc, and it kind of tapers off to more of a point down here at the end. The central disc here is a larger central disc, so that means there's more space between this side and this side. These organisms, their habitat is the rocky intertidal or the intertidal zones of Puget Sound. So they tend to be in the low intertidal zones, and you will oftentimes find them clinging to rocks or cruising along the sand. Their main prey are barnacles. Nope, that's not true. Their main prey are mussels, and then really anything else that they can start digesting and working with, right? So, the ochre stars that we have here, they're found in western Washington. You will also find them all along the coast from Alaska all the way down to California. I think that's it.
Let's do a comparison over here.
Oh yeah. This is the one that we're also going to cover a little bit later. This is a mottled star. A mottled star is different in several ways, but the first way is you can kind of see these arms. The arms are tapered again, but they're much longer. And if you look at this central disc here, the central disc is a much shorter, much smaller across central disc. So we're looking at this right here as the mottled star, much shorter, much more centralized disc. The other way to tell mottled stars is if you look down along one of their legs, they have a very distinct clear line of the white dots that are traveling along the legs. So you can see it here, you can see it here. Whereas the ochre stars are lacking that nice line of those white dots kind of traveling along.
And then, just so you guys can see, here's also some drawing comparisons of some different ones. And then also, if you missed what the scientific name was, Pisaster ochraceus.